নমস্কার, বেঙ্গল এক্সপ্রেস ইউটিউব চ্যানেলে আপনারা সবাই স্বাগত। আজ আমাদের ৭৩তম এপিসোড। আমরা আবার ক্রীড়াক্ষেত্রে প্রবেশ করছি। আজকে আমাদের সঙ্গে আলাপচারিতায় থাকছেন কিংবদন্তি গোলরক্ষক ব্রহ্মানন্দ সেগুন কেমাত সাংখেওয়ালকার। সরাসরি এই অনুষ্ঠানটি আপনারা গোয়া থেকে লাইভ দেখছেন। এর আগেও আমরা দুবার ব্রহ্মানন্দ সেগুন কেমাত সাংখেওয়ালকারের সঙ্গে চেষ্টা করেছিলাম, দুর্ভাগ্যক্রমে আমরা কিন্তু সেই আলাপচারিতা সরাসরি আপনাদের দেখাতে পারিনি। আজ আমরা আবার চেষ্টা করছি এই কিংবদন্তি গোলরক্ষকের সঙ্গে সরাসরি আলাপচারিতা। আপনাদের আজকে ৭৩তম ক্লোজ আপের এপিসোড। আপনাদের এই অনুষ্ঠানটি ভালো লাগলে সব লাইক করবেন, অবশ্যই কিন্তু সাবস্ক্রাইব করতে ভুলবেন না। আপনাদের সাবস্ক্রিপশনের উপরে চ্যানেলটির উৎকর্ষতা এবং উত্তরণ নির্ভর করছে, এবং বেল আইকনটি প্রেস করবেন আমাদের এই বেঙ্গল এক্সপ্রেস ইউটিউব চ্যানেলে নিয়মিত নোটিফিকেশন পাওয়ার জন্য। হ্যালো ভিউয়ার্স, I am Soumitra Mukherjee on behalf of Bengal Express, welcoming all of you, those who are watching and those who are keeping their eyes on the screen of Bengal Express. Today our 73 episode, and we are just starting up in our play arena again, and we are representing again, and we have a talk show directly live on your Android phone or laptop with Brahmanand Sankhwalkar, the legend goalkeeper, ex-India international. Last two times we tried our level best and baffled to continue the program due to net disturbance. Today the third time, this is the third attempt. God Almighty God that we'll be able to succeed undoubtedly, and this time we'll be able to continue this live show with Brahmanand Sankhwalkar at the legend ex-Indian international. Undoubtedly, we are very much happy to be with us. Brahmanand Sankhwalkar with Bengal Express YouTube channel. Myself, Soumitra Mukherjee, on behalf of Bengal Express YouTube channel, and Shakko Somnath Das also on behalf of Bengal Express YouTube channel, welcoming this legendary Brahmanand Sankhwalkar. And hats off to you that you have allotted time for us for a span on Sunday. Undoubtedly, we are very much grateful, and we are expressing the same before you. Brahmada,
Yes.
again we are welcoming you, and I am welcoming you to all the viewers of Bengal Express, those who are watching over here. This vital episode, this undoubtedly unprecedented episode, the legendary of goalkeeper ex-India international Brahmanand Sankhwalkar, directly from Goa. Now we are going to start. প্রিয় দর্শক, আমাদের এই অনুষ্ঠানটি অবশ্যই কিন্তু ইংরেজিতে হবে। মাঝে মাঝে আমি অবশ্যই হিন্দিতে আলাপচারিতায় থাকবো, এবং আপনাদের সুবিধার জন্য আমি অবশ্যই মাঝে মাঝে বাংলা বলবো। কিন্তু আজকের এই অনুষ্ঠানটিতে আপনাদের যদি কোথাও বুঝতে অসুবিধা হয়, আপনারা অবশ্যই কিন্তু মেসেজ করবেন, সেই মেসেজের উত্তর কিন্তু আমরা দেবো। আপনাদের সামনে দেখতে পাচ্ছেন অন স্ক্রিন ব্রহ্মানন্দ সাংখওয়ালকার, যে কিংবদন্তি গোলরক্ষক, শেষ দুর্গের প্রহরী হিসেবে ভারতীয় দলের গোলের তলায় ৭০ দশকের শুরু থেকে ৮০ দশকের শেষ পর্যন্ত কিন্তু নিজের জাত চিনিয়েছিলেন। আনডাউটেডলি an unprecedented performance is shown before the football arena in the world. We are going to start again. আমরা শুরু করতে যাচ্ছি আমাদের সেই ৭৩তম এপিসোড ক্লোজ আপ। বেঙ্গল এক্সপ্রেস ইউটিউব চ্যানেলের সমস্ত দর্শককে আবার জানাই অনেক অনেক শুভেচ্ছা এবং অভিনন্দন। Hello viewers, we are going to commence our live talk show with Brahmanand Sankhwalkar. If you like it, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe it. And if you have intention to get the latest information of Bengal Express, you should press our bell button. Don't forget to press bell button. Let's start. Brahmada, again I am welcoming you on behalf of Bengal Express, that you have appeared before us on the live talk show. God's sake, we'll be able to succeed in the third time. Directly.
So.
Yeah, today is the happiest day. I should say happiest day too, because Goa has won the match against Bengaluru AFC, and they have conquered their platform with the first four. They have conquered their platform within first four. Undoubtedly, they have beaten Bengaluru AFC 2-1, and just the game is over in favor of Goa. Igar Angulo and Tiang goal score, and on behalf of Bengaluru AFC, Wang Jiam scored. Undoubtedly, the Bengaluru was badly required to earn 3 points, but they failed to do so, and Goa has secured their concrete position within the first four. Undoubtedly, we can assure the viewers that ATK Mohun Bagan Mumbai City FC and FC Goa have already placed their position within the first three. The not fourth position will be undoubtedly it is clear and it is open to Hyderabad FC and Northeast United. Both have played 18 matches and earned 27 points. But as far as the goal average is concerned, Hyderabad is little ahead by one goal than Northeast United. So Brahmada, first I
Yeah.
want to know First, I want to know before going to your career statistics, how you are feeling the ISL, the seventh edition, which is going on in your state.
The feeling is very good. Though we are at home, can't see live being in Goa, and I'm enjoying it each and every match, and really waiting to see the best competition in the last four. The four teams which battle out for the top two teams in the final. That's the main which I got to see the best of the football.
What would be your assumption, the fourth position, who will secure the fourth position to qualify themselves in the semi-final?
I think Hyderabad has an advantage. They have creative strikers. That might make a difference for them. That might take them to
And
the last four.
undoubtedly, Hyderabad, undoubtedly, they have the very powerful striking effort, but Khalid Jamil also performing very well under his trainingship here. Out of 5 matches, they have won 4 and 1 drew. So
Yeah,
undoubtedly, they are also on the way to
yeah,
semi-final. But who will ultimately qualify for the semi-final? It is to be said on 22nd, 28th August, the last day of the group match. Okay.
yes, yes.
Now, Brahmanand Sankhwalkar undoubtedly an Arjun Wadi and fast Goan footballer who won this title. And Brahmanand Sankhwalkar, who became a Goan stalwart and Indian football legend. Undoubtedly, we again hats off to Brahmanda for appearing before us in Bengal Xpress YouTube channel. You started your career, youth career, I should say, that Panvel Sports Club in the year 1970.
Right, right.
And 1970 to 1974, at a stage of 5 years, you continued over there in youth team. And you had rather what I say, you have constructed your football career, that you have based your football career from the grassroots level by devoting 4 5 years with the
Uh,
youth level.
in
Yeah,
fact, I was
undoubtedly.
junior in that team. Yeah, but the team was in the first division and top division of Goa. That time it was first division, and I am the youngest fellow, being the grassroots sort of a player, joined that team. And that's my luck to get into that team because the two goalkeepers were not in a position to make up one day for an exhibition match. And there where I got a break and my roots started. It was a top division team in the Goan League that time. Yeah.
Next of all, you made a record. What record? You continued for 17 years. Rather, it is more than Bablu Bhattacharya in Mohun Bagan. Bablu Bhattacharya rather has shown his performance continuously uninterrupted for 16 years. And you have broken the record. You devoted yourself with the Salgaonkar since 1974 to 1991. A
True.
road of
Yeah.
17 years. What is the what is the main equation of such 17 years with the Salgaonkar at a stage?
It was in fact that those days a club based in Goa. Mostly the players could stay in one club. It's the loyalty to the club, and I found a freedom in that club. And whether I go for the country or play for the state, then for the club, touring around the country with the club, and I was very friendly with the it's like a family. It's like my family. Salgongas were still today I consider it another family. I loved it, and I didn't have any problems. Despite fracture and some months I was out of football, of course I was well taken care of, and I felt Goa is such a place. I found that even I can go back to the other way. Like even I had a bad game today. That moment and that night, maybe spectators or your well-wishers or fans may be passionate, may be angry on you. or angry on me. But very next day when they meet, they always say, "Never mind, we'll see for the next match." But that is the spirit in Goa. I feel that I found more liberal and more without pressure, sort of. Pressure may last a few hours, not until the next match, doesn't matter. But when we come back to the next match, we are fresh with a fresh footballer performing myself. That's very important. So Goan spectators are concerned. Yeah,
But
I
Brahmada, the
enjoyed
same
it.
thing happened in Calcutta, but the such incident happened not within a short span. It takes another 10 to 15 days because until they became angry and they became again undoubtedly they started supporting their team after certain days, not within a span of 2 or 3 days. Gradually it is decreasing. Temperament, their
Yeah,
hot temperament gradually decreasing, and after that
yeah,
they come over here and they
yeah,
also shaking hands with their players, they congratulate their players. What
yeah,
happened,
yeah,
let the matter be dropped here.
yeah,
Let's start fresh
yeah.
like that. Now,
Absolutely.
Bhamada,
Yeah.
yes, after
No, no,
17
please.
years of your cream career of football, you did
Yes.
lot. You represented your Goa, you represented India in international level, and ample of competition you took part in favor of Indian team, undoubtedly. After that, you switch over to Churchill Brothers in the year 1991. Why? You had been forced to take transfer, or you took transfer according to your record voluntarily?
No, sometimes in your life, the route changes. It is destined. Whatever may happen, is bound to happen for every human being. And it has happened in my case. So I took it sportingly. And I thought I would, rather than going for work, I wanted to spare some more time for football. And that was the time I needed. I thought at Salgonkas I had an officer job. I know I have to go at 9 o'clock, come back at 5 o'clock, home by 8 o'clock, home. But I wanted to live in football. That made me to switch my mind to serve for the state, for the youth through the Sports Authority of Goa. And that was the time I requested Mrs. Churchill, I will play provided I get a job with the Sports Authority of Goa. And that how I got a job in the Sports Authority of Goa as a sports secretary, assistant sports secretary, went out to become a project officer and then director of coaching. So 17 years again, I served Sports Authority of Goa. I played for Churchill for 3 years. Yeah, that is my end of my career. Yeah, guided him also to build up his base because they were the eighth position. On third year, we went to become runners up to Salgongas, and that was a time. One more year I played for the Anderson Marines, and that was a. I know I was already down the fall, but let me contribute back to the game at the grassroots level. Yeah.
But you rather shown your bye-bye attitude in the year 1995 from Anderson Mariners, is it?
Yes. Yes.
প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা দেখছেন আমাদের ৭৩তম ক্লোজ আপ এপিসোডে সরাসরি গোয়া থেকে আমাদের এই লাইভ অনুষ্ঠানটি হচ্ছে নেক্সট জেন সলিউশনের সৌজন্যে। এদের কর্ণধার সাক্ষ্য সোমনাথ দাস, এদের ওয়েবসাইট www.nxtzadnsol.com, এটা ওয়েব ডিজাইন, ডিজিটাল মার্কেটিং ও সফটওয়্যার ডেভেলপমেন্টের উপর কাজ করে থাকে। ব্রহ্মানন্দ সেগন কেমাস সাঙ্কলওয়ালকার, ইনি একজন কিংবদন্তি গোলকিপার ছিলেন ভারতের, যার ভারতের জার্সি পরে তিনি প্রথম কিন্তু নিজেকে আত্মপ্রকাশ করেছিলেন 1976 সালে। দীর্ঘদিন ধরে তিনি ভারতের প্রতিনিধিত্ব করেছিলেন, আমরা সেই প্রসঙ্গে আসবো। তিনি প্যানভাল স্পোর্টস ক্লাবের 1970 সালে খেলা শুরু করেছিলেন তার ইউথ ক্যারিয়ার, অর্থাৎ জুনিয়র লেভেলে তিনি খেলা শুরু করেছিলেন। এবার সালগাঁওকা স্পোর্টস ক্লাবে 1974 সাল থেকে 1991 সাল টানা 17 বছর তিনি কিন্তু প্রতিনিধিত্ব করেছিলেন। ঠিক আমরা দেখেছিলাম সুব্রত ভট্টাচার্যকে একইভাবে টানা 16 বছর মোহনবাগানের প্রতিনিধিত্ব করতে। চার্চিল ব্রাদার্সে 1991 থেকে 1994 হয়ে অ্যান্ডারসন মেরিনার্সে 1994 থেকে 1995 করে 95-তে তিনি কিন্তু ফুটবল মাঠকে বিদায় জানিয়েছিলেন। 25 বছরের ফুটবল ক্যারিয়ার, অবশ্যই আমরা কিন্তু তাকে হ্যাটস অফ করব। উই আর এগেন এক্সপ্রেসিং our hats off to legendary Brahmanand Sankhwalkar for contribution 25 years for Indian football. Undoubtedly, it is unparalleled, unchallenged, and unprecedented. It is admitted. Now come to the point.
Yeah.
In the
Okay.
club level, yeah, undoubtedly, in the club level, you got association of different coaches. Can you tell me the coach, particularly the way of training of a coach who inspired you, and still you remember the name of that coach, who by whom you had been treated?
When I was growing up, or when I was in the club.
In the club level, that means Salgaonkar, Churchill Brothers, Anderson Mariners,
Yeah,
even that
yeah,
Bengal Sports Club. Only the club level, I am talking about the club level
yeah.
coaching, by whom you have been
Yes.
inspired more.
In fact, I came across many coaches. Many coaches have taken me special training to guidance, everything. But when I was with the Salgonkas at a top pick, and also when the with the national team before in the Indian team to handle the pressures of the Indian team, the club, and the state level, it was great guidance I got from Mr. T. Shanmugam, Olympian. When he came to Salgokas, he totally changed the mindset of the players, and he was focusing more on the skill. He knows the flair of the game of the Goan footballers, how much they love for the game, but more he was day and night into motivation. I can tell you, even if I meet him on the road, talk about the next game, he would go into the motivation. Because sometimes the player, especially when I'm down and out, when I'm out of confidence, maybe for some time, he was keeping me in the pushing. Brahmanand, no, nothing. You got to come back. You got to come back. Especially when I broke my arm, I was recovering. It is possible, Mr. Brahmanand. It was possible, Mr. Brahmanand. Please go ahead. Don't give up. Please go ahead. Every time every moment, not for me only, for every footballers. Most of the footballers have become disciplined in Salgongas. I can tell you. He injected discipline is the strongest point which I'm thinking from Shanmugam. He's no more today. It's the discipline which has brought into the club. Because we are both jovial. You lose or win, we always try to be happy in Goa. But does not mean you lose the focus in the game when you face the next match, whoever it may be. But he would definitely bring the players into confidence before the match. That is the strongest part of Mr. Shanmugam. Yeah.
Undoubtedly, Sangoban, the renowned coach, India have ever produced, and Brahmanando still remember the coaching ability, coaching credibility of Sangam. We can't forget the name, like PK Banerjee, Amal Datto, Syed Naimuddin, we can't forget the name. Now come to the arena of state level. You represented Goa state team since 1973 to 1974. That is a span of undoubtedly 13 years. In Santosh Trophy, the Goa in the year 1978 lost Bengal by 0-1. Lost to Bengal by 0-1. Now, on that match, I had been informed by the winners, I should not mention any name on the scale, that the margin only 0-1 for Brahmanand. If Brahmanand was not there, it could have been win by ample of goals. But Goa also played well, Bengal also played well. Can you remember
I
the
think
match in the year 1978 Santosh Trophy final between Bengal and
no,
Goa?
no, I was not in the goal. I was in the hospital
Why?
that night, that evening. I had a jaundice. I suffered a very bad situation for me one day before. I had to be lifted to the hospital. I was vomiting and really feeling bad, and something was wrong with me because it was going on for some days, but I didn't know what exactly was happening, and it was a severe jaundice for me as a hospital. I could only hear on the bed of the hospital on the radio commentary. That's all.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
okay.
very sad that
Okay,
Goa
that means
had
that is
lost that game.
that incident happened in the year 1983,
78.
probably.
No,
78, the
78.
incident happened, and
That's true.
83 joint winners Goa, Bengal with.
Yes,
You
yes,
played well
yes.
in the year 1983 also, is it?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
came back
yes,
from the
yes,
fact, yeah, yeah.
yes, yes, yes. And who was the goal in the Bengal squad? Was in the goal?
Bhaskar, Bhaskar Ganguly.
Bhaskar Ganguly, undoubtedly another legendary goalkeeper, undoubtedly.
Yes, yes,
In
yes, yes,
1984, Goa beat Punjab in final in Madras 1-0, the first Santosh Trophy champion in the year 1984.
yes.
Now tell me, ample of legendaries are over there in Goa, the footballers like Calcutta. How the Goa had to wait up for lifting the Santosh Trophy till 1984? What could be the reason behind it?
In fact, almost most of the players were in the team, so they were experienced 210 minutes of battle in Calcutta in 1983. And when we went in 84 in Calcutta, Shanmugam was not happy because he said, Brahmanand, though we brought the cup to Goa as joint winners, trophy has come to Goa in 1983 first time, but you are not outright champions. I want a victory again. He put another pressure on the players. But he was very serious about it game every game to be cool, calm, and keep on playing. And see that you have not the national champions. You are joint holders with Bengal in '83. So this year I want that to clear myself to that we are outright winners. But I don't know what will happen. Our prayers, we went with the same rhythm, and everybody was so united. There was a lot of unity, a lot of team spirit, and that was one task, sort of, in my mind, at least being a captain, how to be coordinated with the players, how to relax with the players, how to enjoy with the players, and all that. That is all a teamwork. And when we went to the field, we said nothing. Let's take one game at a time and see that we come out victorious every match. That was the point, and everyone really gave their best. And God willing, it happened that we are destined to
Understood.
win that cup, and we won the cup. Yeah.
That means the armband with Brahmanand Sankhwalkar and the first time the Goa lifted Santosh Trophy in the 1984. Acha, is it true that Brahmanando did not concede a single goal in that tournament?
Yeah, no, I didn't consider a single goal in the 8 matches. There wasn't any goal, but I am grateful to for my team. But very, very important my defenders, my midfielders, and all. But I wanted my substitute goalkeeper, Mr. Chandrakant Naik, to be in the in the goal. When
Chandrakant.
we were leading with Kerala before nil in the I think the first leg, I told Mr. Shanmugam in the interval, sir, let Mr. Chandrakant go in the second half. He said, no, Mr. Brahmanand, I don't want to take risks. I want to keep the slate clean for Goa. I said, so it's okay, but at least last 10 minutes, can you bring in him? He said, nothing doing, don't ask me this question.
That
I
is the
want you
clean
to come out.
sheet. That is the
Yes,
clean
that
sheet.
was,
I don't want to take
yes,
any risk. I want to clean sheet that Goa should be the winner
yes.
under my coaching and under the leadership of Brahmananda second Kema Sankolkar. Hats off to both of them. Undoubtedly,
Yeah,
Brahmananda is with us on live directly. In the state level, in the club level, you got association of Sangoma in both levels, is it?
yeah,
Undoubtedly, the Goa, Punjab, and Bengal and Kerala, particularly the four major competitors in Santosh Trophy. But Brahmada, it is
yes.
very much regrettable to say right now nobody takes interest about Santosh Trophy. The clubs, particularly in Calcutta, clubs are not interested to allow their players to participate in Santosh Trophy while the Calcutta League is in motion. And Santosh Trophy has lost his gravity, has lost his fame, has lost his renown, all these things. Is it not? Am I correct?
You are right, but there were some changes in the rules and regulations for Santosh Trophy. That's possibly the initial.
ISL and I League players
No,
will not
no,
be able
no,
to
no.
play.
I'm not coming on to that line. Earlier, when Santosh Trophy also started, in the first, it was 89 and 90, they want to try Santosh Trophy as under 23.
23.
So you are demoting the value of the Santosh Trophy that moment. I felt should have been senior level, same level. Okay, after that, what they didn't allow some of the players in the I League to play for Santosh Trophy. Even if an I
That's
League player
true. That's true.
could not play for the concerned I League, who is registered with the I League, not even for 5 minutes. For about 3-4 matches, he has not played even 15 minutes. Why shouldn't the exposure was not given to him in the Santosh Trophy? That is the time. The glamour should have started from there. They could have played. But that's where like players like state like Goa, I really to tell you, I had a lot of discussions with the then president of the Goa Football Association, Mr. Alice Gomes, and I have told him why it not be right. He said we have written, but nothing is coming up. What happens? The best of the players are in the big clubs. What we have to do? Get a sort of a more junior level of players and give them exposure. I know they will get exposure, but the charm, the seriousness of Santosh Trophy died down. I don't blame ISL or anyone like that. This decision of
The root
it,
cause of
it
that down,
happened.
I should say, what could be the reason why the players were rested to expose themselves in Santosh Trophy? Those who are playing in ISL and I League, there were no existence of ISL. Why? Why the All India
That's
Football
what I
Federation
don't know.
introduced this sort of rules?
I don't know what was the cause. I don't know. But that has brought down the level of interest in the these top states. I cannot say exactly the interest, but you cannot get the best stuff here. The rising stars were sitting in the I League, maybe playing for 10, 15 minutes, maybe going as substitutes. The young guys, even at the under 20, they couldn't play for the Santosh Trophy. So you imagine now how many players were not exposed to a good football. So everything has come down. But despite that, I appreciate when I went to Kerala to see Kerala and Services finals. I don't remember the year, Santosh Trophy, when Services won that cup. People of Kerala, because I don't think there was an I-League team in the this thing, though Kerala FC Cochin were not there probably
FC
that year.
Cochin, yeah, correct.
Yeah, it was not there that year. But I tell you, the Kerala, the crowd I saw that year in Kerala, because they were hungry for football.
That's true.
50,000 crowd or more than that was the same. Yeah.
That's true.
So that was the spirit there, yeah. But I'm sorry to say that somewhere some decisions did not help football to grow. Yeah.
That's true. Absolutely. Man, what was the reason behind
Yeah.
it? Man, just 5 years, I appreciate has turned down into under 23, under 19. What the benefit
Yeah.
Bengal football secured? Nothing. It is again transforming into an open football this year. This year open
Yeah.
tournament. You know that it. প্রিয় দর্শক, ব্রহ্মানন্দ সাঙ্খাওয়ালকার 1973 থেকে 1994 পর্যন্ত গোয়া রাজ্য দলের হয়ে সন্তোষ ট্রফি খেলেছেন এবং প্রথম সন্তোষ ট্রফি ফাইনাল হয়েছিল 78 সালে, বাংলার কাছে কিন্তু 0-1 গোলে পরাজিত হয়েছিলেন। ব্রহ্মানন্দ সাঙ্খাওয়ালকার কিন্তু গোলে থাকতে পারেননি তার শারীরিক অসুস্থতার কারণে। তিনি আমাদের জানালেন যে নার্সিং হোমের বেডে তিনি কমেন্ট্রি শুনেছিলেন। এটা অবশ্যই দুর্ভাগ্যের। 83 সালে বাংলার সঙ্গে যৌথভাবে চ্যাম্পিয়ন হয়েছিল, জয়েন্ট উইনার্স হয়েছিল 1983 তে গোয়া বাংলার সঙ্গে, এবং 84 সালে গোয়া পাঞ্জাবকে ম্যাড্রাসে 1-0 গোলে হারিয়ে দিয়ে প্রথম সন্তোষ ট্রফি পেয়েছিল। অধিনায়ক ছিলেন ব্রহ্মানন্দ ছিলেন, ব্রহ্মানন্দ সাঙ্খওয়ালকার ছিলেন অধিনায়ক এবং কোচ হিসেবে ছিলেন সাঙ্গোগাম। একটিও গোল কিন্তু তিনি কনসিড করেননি। ইট ইজ আনডাউটেডলি অ্যান আনপ্রেসিডেন্টেড ইভেন্ট ইন সন্তোষ ট্রফি, যে নট এ সিঙ্গল গোল conceded by Brahmanand Sankhwalkar under the goalpost representing Goa in the state level. প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা দেখছেন আমাদের 73তম এপিসোডে, ক্লোজ আপ এপিসোডে সরাসরি সাক্ষাৎ গোয়া থেকে যেটি লাইভ আসছে নেক্সট জেন সলিউশনের সৌজন্যে। এদের ওয়েবসাইট www.nxtzdnsol.com। এদের ওয়েব ডিজাইন, ডিজিটাল মার্কেটিং, সফটওয়্যার ডেভেলপমেন্টের উপর কাজ করে থাকে। আপনাদের যদি ভালো লাগে অনুষ্ঠানটি অবশ্যই লাইক করবেন, সাবস্ক্রাইব করতে ভুলবেন না। বারে বারে বলি, আপনাদের সাবস্ক্রিপশনের সংখ্যা কিন্তু আরো বেশি পরিমাণে করতে হবে আমাদের এই বেঙ্গল এক্সপ্রেস ইউটিউব চ্যানেলটির উৎকর্ষতা বাড়ানোর জন্য, এই চ্যানেলটিকে আগে এগিয়ে নিয়ে দেওয়ার জন্য। ভাবুন তো একবার, 23শে আগস্ট 2020 আমরা শুরু করেছিলাম প্রথম এপিসোড। স্টার্টেড আওয়ার ভেঞ্চার অন 23rd August 2020, the first episode, and today we are running with the 73 episode. আজকে আমরা 73তম এপিসোডে কিন্তু পদার্পণ করেছি। We are stepping down into 73 episode. Can you imagine what sort of performance has shown Bengal Xpress with the help, with the blessing of all the legendaries in different sectors of India? Undoubtedly, today one legendary is present over there and have a talk show with us directly, which is on the motion, which is in mid position, and we'll go away for another couple of minutes. Brahmada, now I want to know, you also represented India, not only represented India for a long span, from 1976 to 1986, span of 11 years. And in between 1983 and 86, you became the captain of Indian team? Undoubtedly.
Yes.
It is also a not question of armband, captain's armband. It is a question of, rather what I say, the perpetual armband with the Brahmanand Sankhwalkar, 83, 84, 85, 86, at a stretch, not in club level, not in state level, but in international level. And you played ample of matches in favor of India.
Yeah.
The statistics say you played in favor of India more than 70 matches. More than 70 matches you played for India. Started with the career in the 1975 AFC Youth Championship. Am I correct?
Yeah, right.
Next, Mahra Alim Cup in Kabul in the year 1976 and 77, both year. Now tell me, Mardeka represented India in the year 76, 82 and 86. What were the result of the 3 years in Mardeka?
We were better, especially even in 76.
In 80
performance was
plus
not,
76.
76 performance was not good, not so much. But I think one of the last two matches we were really come back to the game, and though we didn't qualify further, but 82 and 86, I was very, very happy. Of course, though Bhaskar had played that, we lost to Zek's professional club by 1-0. I think Derek also played that match, I remember. Derek Pereira, Maurice Afonso, Camilo Gonçalves. And that is the time India did very, very well. Yeah. Very, came
And
very
in the
close
year
to,
1986,
yeah, same one I'm talking about, 86. Was very satisfying performance from Indian team. Yeah.
প্রিয় দর্শক, ব্রহ্মানন্দ খেমা সাঙ্কালওয়ালকার ভারতের প্রতিনিধিত্ব করেছিলেন 1976 থেকে 1986 টানা 11 বছর। তার মধ্যে 1983 থেকে 1986 তিনি অধিনায়কত্ব করেছিলেন। 75 সালে ভারতের হয়ে তিনি প্রতিনিধিত্ব শুরু করেছিলেন এএফসি ইউথ চ্যাম্পিয়নশিপে, এবং সে বছরই কাবুলে অনুষ্ঠিত 76 সালে তিনি মারা আলম কাপে 76 এবং 77 দু বছরই কিন্তু ভারতে প্রতিনিধিত্ব করেছিলেন। মারদেগাতে প্রতিনিধিত্ব করেছিলেন 76, 82 এবং 86 সাল। I should say that Brahmanand Sankhwalkar inherited his love and passion for football from his father. Though they were 7 in numbers, all the brothers used to play football, but out of 3 were giant, undoubtedly. They played much more football, and Brahmanand Sankhwalkar had been offered to join Kolkata clubs by Mohun Bagan and Mountain Sporting. Both offered Brahmada to join and switch over from Goa to Kolkata. But Brahmada deserted us. I should say deserted the Calcutta. Brahmada did not agree to switch over to Calcutta from Goa, because Goa is nothing but is another mother. Goa is another mother to him. He did not intend to change his place. He did not intend to quit Goa for any reason, either to join Mohun Bagan or Mountain Sporting, though the Mountain Sporting, Mohun Bagan and East Bengal, undoubtedly the then period were the big giant in Indian football. Hats off to Brahmada again. In spite of that, you restrained yourself and kept yourself with the Goan football. Undoubtedly, it is not a sacrifice. It is a great, great sacrifice on the part of the Brahmada for Goa. Another thing, the first football match Brahmada played as a goalkeeper when he was only 8 years old. My God, somebody in the 8 years old is just started running before school. He started his career in the age of 8 years. He was playing for the Marathi division of his class against the boys from English division class. Another splendid event I should express before my audience of the Bengal Xpress. During the school game, no one was intended to take charge of goalkeeper. Then what to do? Then Brahmada was offered to play under the goal post, and Brahmada undoubtedly extended his hand in this contingency. Though his team 2-1, even he had conceded a goal, but his team won by 2-1. But Brahmada, it took a bit convincing from few others before Brahmada took up that position, placed between 2 stones, and Brahmada had been forced to play under the goal post. God's sake, Almighty God, it was destiny for Brahmanand Sankhwalkar that God wanted that you ought to be a goalkeeper, legend goalkeeper, and he proved the same by a misfortune of one thing. Undoubtedly, untoward incident, I should say, nobody intended to play under goal. Who will play? Brahma will play. Brahma took charge. Brahma didn't say that, no, I should not play. Brahma didn't say like others. Brahma agreed to play. He proved his ability, and his team won on that day 2-1. It's a nice, splendid event happens in the life of Brahmanand Sankhwalkar in his football tenure. আপনারা প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনাদের জন্য এটা বাংলায় অনুবাদ করে জানাই যে কোন একটি 8 বছর বয়সে ব্রহ্মানন্দ দা 8 বছর বয়সে তিনি ফুটবলে প্রথম গোলকিপার হিসেবে খেলেছিলেন, এবং খেলেছিলেন মারাঠি ডিভিশন। তার ক্লাসের এগেনস্টে খেলেছিলেন ইংলিশ ডিভিশন ক্লাসের এগেনস্টে, তিনি মারাঠি ডিভিশনের হয়ে খেলেছিলেন। এরপরে স্কুল গেমে, কোন একটি স্কুল গেমে কেউ কিন্তু গোলের তলায় খেলতে চাইছে না, তখন ব্রহ্মাদাকে বলা হলো তুমি গোলের তলায় খেলো। সবাই কিন্তু গোলে খেলতে ডিসএগ্রি করেছিল, নারাজ হয়েছিল, বা ব্রহ্মাদা ডিডন্ট সে লাইক দ্যাট। ব্রহ্মাদা কিন্তু বলেনি যে আমি গোলের তলায় খেলবো না। সেই যে খেলা শুরু হলো, সেই থেকে ব্রহ্মানন্দ সেখন কিংবা সাঙ্কলওয়ালকার একটা লিজেন্ডারি বা কিংবদন্তি গোলকিপার হিসেবে কিন্তু নিজেকে প্রতিষ্ঠিত করেছিলেন ভারতীয় ফুটবলে। 11 বছর ধরে যিনি ভারতের ফুটবল আঙ্গিনায় 76 থেকে 86 যিনি বিচরণ করেছেন, ভাবতে পারেন। নাও come to the other events the Brahmada played in favor of India. Kings Cup in Bangkok 1977, President's Cup in Seoul 77, 82, 86, respectively 3 times. What was the performance graph in the respective 3 years?
It was okay. Performance not bad. It was very good performance because there were a lot of quality players within national team that time. I remember
From
in
Goa,
77. No,
from
all over
Goa,
India.
all over India.
Not only from Goa, Goa, Bengal, Punjab. We had a set of very good results in the sense may not have qualified until the semis or somewhere, but there was real good footballers I could see. There's so many of them. And Mandaranjan Bhattacharya was in the defense along with Bernard Pereira played with me once. Ulaganathan was there. Shabir Ali was a live wire in the forward line.
Compton Datto, Compton
You don't
Datto.
know what? Compton Datta, yes, who played with me juniors, was the captain of the first junior team. Compton went on to play with me for very long years. Then
Alok Mukherjee,
Alok Mukherjee,
Alok
Prasan
Mukherjee,
Banerjee, Shamal.
Prasun Banerjee,
Yes, Alok Prasan Banerjee,
Prashanto
Shamal
Banerjee,
Banerjee,
Shamul
Prasanto
Banerjee,
Banerjee,
Prashanto
Surajit Sen
Banerjee,
Gupta,
Surajit Sen Gupta,
Surajit
correct.
Sen Gupta, and
Swapal
Subroto
Sen
also
Gupta,
played once with me.
Swapal Sen Gupta,
I don't know whether I missed
he
him.
played little, he
I
played
don't
little
remember.
bit in favor of India, but played undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Ranjit
I know
Mukherjee,
him very much.
Ranjit Mukherjee,
Ranjit Mukherjee, no. I think we are with me. Videsh Bose, Manas
Videsh Bose.
Bhattacharya. Manas Bhattacharya, Subrot also was with me
But
once.
they came in later tenure. Manas Bhattacharya, Videsh
Panji,
Bose came in later tenure.
yeah.
Not they are not
Panji also.
temporary, they are not rather
Yeah,
contemporary
yeah.
of the players which have uttered the name right now.
Yeah, Shishir
So
Ghosh also
now
came in between.
Shishir
Yeah,
Ghosh is too junior than undoubtedly represented. Undoubtedly
yeah.
represented.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Now another is vital event in
Yeah,
Asian football. It is very much regrettable, I say, the Asian Games. In
yeah.
1982, New Delhi, Brahmada, can you imagine? The
Yes.
last flag end of match, India conceded a goal. Flag end of match against Saudi Arabia in quarter final.
Saudi Arabia.
You were
Yes,
under the goal or Basadda?
Bhaskar played. Bhaskar was in the goal.
Baskar played.
Bhaskar Ganguly was in the goal.
Undoubtedly,
Yeah.
undoubtedly, I have been informed by Kamptanda. Kamptanda was suffering from high fever and requested by PK
Okay.
Banerjee not to quit. You should stay. You should stay and play. Kamptanda tried his level best, but at the fag end of time, the match, he didn't control himself. He had been forced to
Yeah.
quit. And in his place, Tulu, who is no more with us, Sudeep
Okay.
Chatterjee. Sudeep Chatterjee
Yeah.
was introduced by PK Banerjee, the Indian side. And within a fraction of that second, India conceded the goal. That is the 1982
Yeah.
quarter final. Last India shown the performance. After that, disaster. Most of the time, India is not sending their team in the Asian Games. You played 1986
Yeah.
and 1982. 82 New Delhi and 86 Seoul. But Brahmada, it is also regrettable that performance in 1986 Seoul was very much disaster, I should say. Performance was very much shattered and disaster, I should say. Is it
Some
not in the
disturbance is coming.
1986 performance? In the 1982
I think link is
performance,
not getting.
you're not
Yeah.
able to listen to my voice, rather. You are not listening to my
Yeah. Now I
voice.
can hear you. Now I can hear back.
No, yeah. Sometimes it is
Yeah,
happening
I
because
can
due
hear
to
you
the
now.
net
Please,
problems, the
please,
net
please.
you can stable the net. It is the natural phenomenon
Yes.
of the net. What I am telling
Yeah.
is
Enough. I
that in
agree.
the year
Yeah.
1986 in Seoul Asian Games, India had shown is
Yes.
undoubtedly what I said was one of shattered performance, I should say, shattered, disaster, all the words I should apply over here. Tell me what was the reason behind it?
Yeah.
Cold, too much cold.
You
Are
can
you
hear
not
me?
listening to me?
I
Are you
can
not
hear, but there's
listening?
some break. But I can
Oh,
tell you about his performance. Yes, but in 86, I saw that with the first match when we played was under very bad conditions, chilly conditions, the heavy rains, and we lost 3-0. Atano was in the goal. Atano was in the goal. I played
Atanu
against
Bhattacharya.
Bahrain the last match. Yeah, he played in the goal. I played the last match with Bahrain. We lost 3-1. But the game wasn't so bad. But the first match really gave us a very uh, tough time due to weather conditions. Yeah.
So most of the players though participated, they placed the same rather cause that due to the heavy cold we couldn't adjust over there. It might be the cause. Undoubtedly, we can
And
deny it. It might be the
no,
cause.
no, no, no.
Undoubtedly.
You cannot even. You could unable to sit even in the on the technical area. We had to go to the room. Harun Ghosh was inside in the. I remember in the players' bench. He sent us everyone. Everybody was almost frozen, sort of. Then we have been inside. I remember we
That's true.
just finished a hot coffee which was kept for us. Yeah,
What are the
ball was
temperature?
almost
Did they, did
sometimes
they,
ball was,
what are the
I don't
temperature?
know. Ball was
Didn't
also floating. Yeah, in some area. Yeah, some areas of the field, the ball was almost floating.
my
I don't know
God.
how Atanu withstood that
When we
weather.
can't think of
Yes,
it,
yes,
being the Indian, we can't think of because whenever the
yes,
temperature goes down to
yes,
2 or 1 in Delhi, the people started trembling. So that's why
yes,
it is next to impossible
yes.
for us to
Yeah,
adjust
yeah,
with
yeah.
the situation, and but particularly the our situation, I should say.
Mm,
Now, you
yes,
also
yes.
you had a tour with India team in Zambia as a goodwill tour in the year 1986, and you
It,
had been
it is
given a name
1977.
Leopard.
77.
1987,
19,
beg your pardon,
yeah,
goodwill tour in
1977, Zambia.
1977, and you had been given a name Leopard nickname, is it?
Yes, yes,
Undoubtedly, Leopard in nickname, the name was given in favor of you. In the 1977 Zambia goodwill tour was taken place. What was your experience in this goodwill tour with the Indian team?
uh, yeah. It was a World Cup preparation of the Zambian national team for the 78 World Cup. And first was the main team, and last third match also with the main team. We lost 2-1 for the team, and one match we lost 3-1. The second match we won with the youth team and the national team. There was a mixture. Second match, and third match also we lost, and three penalties were, despite the pressure, three penalty kicks were taken in each match, and I was able to save two, and one was a goal for me. And of course, the pressure was very high. Pradeep Chaudhary was my defender. Shabir Ali, Vulganathan, Prasun Banerjee were there. So many. Surajit Sen Gupta. I think that was a sort of a. I saw heavy, heaviest sort of a pressure on that tour. And in these conditions, keeper always has to rise up when the pressure is on you. That was a. I remember that match, and I was taken on the stage, and by the mayor of Zambia lifted my hand and said, "Leopard of India." Yes, India keep the leopard in Indian assets, keep an Indian system. Yeah, I remember. That is
In
very memorable to
1980,
me.
undoubtedly memorable, undoubtedly. In the year 1983, 1985, and 86, all the 3 years, you participated in Nehru Cup and became the captain. The
Yes,
armband was with you in the year 1983. And Nehru
83.
Cup India played little well rather comparison with other tournaments. Undoubtedly, in Nehru Cup,
Yes,
India played time to time played well, little well I should say, rather comparison with other tournaments. But nowadays Nehru Cup is not
yes,
also is not properly organized by All India Football Federation due to nothing but a slash pressure of ISL. ISL covering four or
yeah,
five
yeah,
months, they are not getting time for
yeah,
organizing the national Nehru football. It is also not
yeah, yeah,
desirable, I should say.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is not also desirable. Somebody says IPL boost up the Indian cricket team, Indian cricket standard. Okay, it is admitted fact. But what happens in football? Undoubtedly, it is a big zero. Still now, we are able to see that some foreign players, where they are under
Yeah.
a good quality, they are in premier quality, not at all. Most of them are not properly identified because they can't identify themselves that they come from foreign. Nothing. We have heard it that he played for Chelsea, he played for Liverpool, but in the actual field, on the Indian ground, they failed to prove their credibility, I should say.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Pramada, I want to discuss little about ISL, which you are following,
Please.
which you are following in a regular way, which is still now
Yeah.
is going on in Goa, your state, and Calcuttans are absolutely deprived to represent directly in the periphery of the ground, particularly the Calcutta Derby, ATK Mohun Bagan, and SC East Bengal.
Yeah.
But for the last 5 years, if you see the statistics, most of the time East Bengal lost to Mohun Bagan. Right now it is ATK Mohun Bagan. I don't know what was the reason behind, but
Yeah.
this East Bengal team lifted the Calcutta League from 2010 to 2017 in a row for 8 years. They have broken their own records of 5 years, 6 years, and after that 8 years. Now tell me,
Mohan Bagan beating East Bengal.
Mohun Bagan beating
Mohan
East
Bagan beating East
Bengal, the
Bengal, you're talking
derby
about.
played on last 19. Mohun Bagan defeated East Bengal by 3-1, undoubtedly. And all the goals scored by the Mohun Bagan players. Tiri also scored the same size goal. That is the part and parcel of the Mohun Bagan periphery.
Okay.
But whether the Mohun Bagan could get more goals, whether East Bengal could get more goals, or whether the Mohun Bagan was deserved to win the match.
And then get it. Link is disturbing a bit.
Link disturbance again. You are not getting the connection here. Have you heard it? Are you listening to my voice? Have you listening to my voice? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you
Okay.
listening to my
Yeah.
voice? I am
Yes. Yeah, yeah. I
out of
can.
screen. I am out of screen.
Yeah. No. No. No problem. Tell me. Yeah.
Okay. Just minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have got again. Yeah, we again have
Yes.
entered inside the program. Tell me
Yeah. Please.
whether Mohun Bagan was deserved to win, whether the result is undoubtedly matchable with the performance of Mohun Bagan against East Bengal, whether Mohun Bagan could get more goals or East Bengal could get more goals.
The question here is, first of all, the two Kolkata big names have come into ISL. And East Bengal took time to decide, or maybe to all their formalities to take place. It took a long time for them to decide and organize a team. And they're coming and playing in the ISL that moment. I think they had a tough time to, first of all, to form the team, to
That's
organize
true.
this such a huge, there's a huge affair of the ISL. But the point is that the people are on their toes. East Bengal supporters are on their toes. Mohun Bagan supporters. Bengal football looks to be alive again with the two teams coming into this thing. It wasn't there for so many years, frankly speaking. So I think in the years to come, things will change. Things will change. And I want also some of the Goan clubs. We had our clubs. What I can say further about Goan top clubs, Salgonkar, Dempos, some other. I think this one or two, both the teams, or maybe Churchill Brothers or someone has maybe I don't know about Sporting Club. Unfortunate, Mr. Peter Vaz is no more. The man who gave
That's
so
true.
much to
That's true.
football in Goa. Yeah, so I'm very missing him. But at least these two clubs, somehow the things should change even in the business wise. And the sponsors and with these names, I think then will be a better challenge for the Indian football. And this is not that the foreigners are here or the Indians are here. The names of the big names should be there in the Indian football again. Because I saw in the I League itself, New clubs joined, big corporates joined, and we drew around 8 of them. This is not good for football. The people who have heart for football, passion for football should come in. This is what I'm very happy with East Bengal and Mohan Bagan. I have given a comment for you, Mohan Bagan, when they decided to join with 80K Mohan Bagan. It was a really a great move. Yes. People's heart is very important to the game, not the money. Money will support the heart. Yes.
It is the main criteria, Brahmada. Without sponsorship, the Dempo Sports Club, Salgaonkar Sports Club,
Yeah.
Fransa, Vasco, Sporting Club de Goa, all disappeared from the territory and periphery of the football arena. It is undoubtedly
Yes.
not regrettable. It is very much tragic,
Yeah.
tragic to the
Yes.
sports event, I should say, to the sports arena, because
Yeah.
Dempo
Yeah.
owned the national title for 5 years. And if you take it, if
Yes.
you take it, the addition, Mohun Bagan also 3 times winner National League, 2 times I League, the combination of 5 times also, and they equalize the same with the record of Dempo
Yeah.
Sports Club. But
Yeah.
Dempo, Sporting Club the Goa, Salgaonkar, for which you played for ample of years, Fransa, Vasco, undoubtedly they are not within the periphery of the football arena. It is undoubtedly very much tragic, I should say, for the Indian football. Without Goa, without
Yes.
Bengal, without Kerala, to some extent
Yeah.
Bangalore, but Karnataka also, Indian football cannot be groomed up. Cannot be. It is not be possible
Yeah.
by Odisha. It is not be possible by Tamil Nadu. Not be possible by Andhra. They are also playing well, but they are the key,
Yeah.
undoubtedly key states of Indian football. It is admitted fact. The clash between
The
Goa,
finals. Yeah. Yeah.
Goa, Kerala, undoubtedly
Yeah.
in and around the periphery of the 3 or 4 states in Santosh Trophy final. Who is the Santosh Trophy final? Punjab, Goa. Who is the Santosh Trophy final? Bengal, Kerala. We used to listen all these things once upon a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
right now, nobody cares about Santosh
The
Trophy. That they, if you
yeah.
ask who is the last champion, nobody can say. Nobody can even
Yeah.
give this football lover. Now tell me, Bamada, that
Yeah.
right now the table position of the 11 teams, ATK Mohun Bagan 18 matches, 39 points. They conceded 11 goals and they scored 26 goals. They conceded they conceded 26 goals.
Okay.
Now Mumbai City FC, 18 matches, 34 points, 27 goals scored, 17 conceded. Can you think? Is it a good advertisement for Indian football? On the basis of that, we are trying to groom up the Indian football standard by organizing IPL. This is the 7th episode. Now, FC Goa, 19 matches, 30 points. 31 scored, 20 conceded. If Brahmanand Sankhwalkar was there, Brahmanand Sankhwalkar could not think that I could concede 23 goals only within 19 matches. You couldn't think about that. Now, Hyderabad FC, 18 matches, 27 points, 25 scored and 17 conceded. It is nothing but easier way to concede. Okay, you are attacking, okay, I am conceding, no problem. Like this. The attitude of the defense, all that is like that. Not a single thing I can highlight before you that they have conceded less number of goals. Only Mohun Bagan 11 goals. That is not a good advertisement for football, I should say. The, the team who is now in the top conceded 11 goals. Now, Bengaluru FC 19 matches, 22 points, 24 goals scored, 25 conceded, -1. A like economical deficit financing budget, like that. Jamshedpur FC 19 matches, 24 points, 18 scored, 20 conceded. Just I'm giving you the statistics. Chennai FC, 2 times champions ISL. 19 matches, 19 points, 16 scored, 22 conceded. What? The demotion on the part of the Chennai FC, those who lifted ATK twice. AC East Bengal, 18 matches, 17 points. Match to play Northeast and Odisha FC. East Bengal, left 2 matches. 16 goals scored.
It is whether I am restrained to say this figure 25 conceded. East Bengal team. Kerala Blasters headed by Kibu Vikuna, who was the hero in the last year as the coach of Mohan Bagan, and Mohan Bagan won the I League by a difference of 16 points from the second position. East Bengal was the second position in that period. 22 scored and 33 conceded. And Odisha FC 18 matches, 9 points, 82 scored, 18 scored, 33 conceded also. It is also a disaster. Another disaster point. We are arranging IPL for grooming up of the Indian players. What is the performance of the Indian players in terms of scoring the goal? Roy Krishna 14, Igarangula including today's goal 13. Lefonda 11th goal, Vito 10th goal, Santana Hyderabad FC 9 goals, Beleski Jamshedpur FC 8 goals. Sunil Shetty only Indian 7 goals for Bengaluru FC. 7 goals. Now Peter Silva 7 goals, Bengaluru FC. Machado 7 goals, Northeast United, and Mandrak 6 goals, FC Goa. So we are trying to grooming up the Indian football by virtue of this strategy. What to be said, Mumada, tell me.
First of all, I would appreciate if you want to develop the football, we should have been gone for relegation and promotion. There is no relegation. Everyone takes it for granted. Everyone want to enjoy football, free football, and I found less of strategy in the league. I found less of strategy in the league. If there was strategy in the league, people could have defended. I saw one of the English Premier League match. Almost all the 10 players were in the defense because they didn't want to concede a goal because the opponents were very superior. I don't know if it is Manchester United last match. But very important is strategy seems to be at a very low stage in all the clubs. They're going excitedly want to score, keeps on conceding the goal. Of course, Hyderabad, East Bengal, where last minute decisions somewhat to form the teams and all is fine, but they will grow in there. But there should be demotion and promotion in the ISL. Well, unless it comes, we won't be seeing anything to see that strategically, to see that such results will not happen to me. If I'm a coach, I don't want to lose to the game. I will do something else strategically, even if I'm not superior. But on counter attack, I can score. This we cannot see. This is once you get a ball, it's a move. Once you get a move, and there's some errors, and then the goal. As clever fellows are the guys who is unable to is in a position to score. They're able to score goal like Krishna. Yes, appreciate.
That's true. He has scored already 14 goals, and he has said that I should cross up my previous goals, 15 goals also. The upfront of Mohan Bagan is too strong. Tell me. Okay, carry on.
Yes.
The upfront of ATK Mohan Bagan is too strong. Undoubtedly, Machado joined. Why Odisha FC allowed Marcelino to join Mohan Bagan, ATK Mohan Bagan? I can't understand. What I say, I have not understood properly. Marcelino is a positive striker. Why you allow Marcelino to join ATK Mohan Bagan? Marcelino, Roy Krishna, and David Williams, three musketeers. Undoubtedly, it is too strong to score. That's why Mohan Bagan is getting goals. Not in a row, but they are getting goals, either one, either two, like that. Now tell me, what do you satisfied about the performance of FC Goa, your local club?
No, they have a very good development program in Goa. I'm really happy with their grassroots level, from the baby league level, well organized. I have visited there as a guest once and watching their development program. Derek Pereira is taking care of the development program, and they've been doing well. I think they have a pro league team in the Goa Professional League. They have a base which they're building up. I'm happy the program is going on very well in Goa, but hoping that more competition should be there in Goa at the youth level. Of course, because of the pandemic, things cannot move properly. Now we have to be careful again by going through the news about Maharashtra and other places regarding the virus.
For the second time, it is already comes into existence. That's true, yes. We should be very much alert. In Calcutta, people are already forget to wearing masks. Yeah. Don't do it. Wear masks, wear masks, wear masks. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble, undoubtedly. Yeah. Now, in the initial stage, FC Goa didn't play well. In the initial stage, FC Goa didn't play well, but gradually they improved themselves and they have won 30 points out of their 19 matches. One match left. I also appreciate about Hyderabad FC. They are also playing well. Undoubtedly, under the coaching of Khalid Jamil, Northeast United also groomed up for the last few matches. Jamshedpur FC also playing well. Mumbai FC was playing well, not playing well. What I say is one thing. Bomas is absent. Mumbai City is also failed to secure points. That's why what they have performed out of 18 matches, 34. They were heading by 5 points than Mohun Bagan. They are trailing 5 points than Mohun Bagan right now. Reverse picture. One time they were rather 5 points ahead of Mohun Bagan. Now they are 5 points behind of Mohun Bagan. Due to the latest and particularly absence of Buma and Lefonde is not playing well each and every day. He's scoring. He's scoring, but he's not playing in a consistent way, undoubtedly, which I say. Roy Krishna also didn't play well in the initial state. Now he's playing well. What's your assumption, Romada? Who may be the champion in 7th edition? Just imagination. As far as the performance is concerned.
I can really say on the Mohun Bagan stands to be on the top at the moment. Mohun Bagan and Mumbai FC possibly may, but the FC Goa and the fourth team which is going to come in. But we got to see that you cannot say anything because this is the battle we can see in the top semis. But consistency, I can say Mohun Bagan is still consistent. Yeah, and Mumbai FC, a little ups and downs I'm facing now. Possibly they may rise up. They have also have one of the best teams. Yeah.
Particularly the league toppers may not be the champion, which happened last year. FC Goa league toppers, they qualified for preparation.
I live the past. I live the past is past. I live the past is past. This is a fresh. This is 2021.
That means you are favoring Mohun Bagan and can be the fourth time.
I'm going by the performance. I'm going with the performance. Yeah.
Performance
has to be
in terms of performance. Without performance, you can't favor any team. That is biasness. That is biasness. Robert, you have another career in your life, that is coaching career. That you pursued your AFC A, B, C. C, B, A. Did you not take any rather thinking that I shall have to go to England and I shall have to go through the pro license coaching or like that after obtaining A license, AFC A license?
No, I have attended the AFCC up to A license I had obtained. Then I went for special coaching in Malaysia under Detmer Kramer, Billy Bingham, and Detmer Kramer of Germany and Billy Bingham from Northern Ireland, who was the Everton's coach. And under so many clinics, I attended Danny McLean and so many. Of course, so many years with TK Banerjee and Arun Ghosh, so many years with the Indian team. But I always had an eye to give guidance and motivation to the youngsters for the kids level, because most of the footballers, you could see they lose their career when they reach to 15, 16, 17 years of age. They have different minds, what to do, what not to do. So if I find anybody who can really make a great career in football, if I find him, I will definitely say you can go there. In Seza, I've been attached to Seza Football Academy since 1999 for selections of the boys for that academy. In 2008, I finally officially joined with the leave from the government. For almost 12 years. I'm in Seza Goa. After this year, I had a break for some reason. Though I'm thankful for the government of Goa for giving me an opportunity to be the chairman of the Goa Football Development Council. Though we have around 41 centers here, and then I know the critics will go on. Some centers are not doing well, some centers are doing well, but we have to have a long break or layoff because of the pandemic, and hope things will move. And so many players are showing their signs. And Seza Goa itself, I'm happy to see almost 10 players have played for the ISL. Adil Khan is a product from that. This thing, Mr. Glenn Martins, who is playing today, scored a jump of one of the world-class goals the other day. Glenn Martins in ISL is a product of Cesar Football Academy. I'm very happy to see that. But my job is, I'm not keeping my eye on the coaches, but little bit of finer points, I'm talking to them and motivate them. Because the young boy, when he comes to the academy, there's a lots of things. He's missing his parents, this and that. We got to push them up, move on, and that's how we see the result. That's one part of a love which I got to be parting with the kids. That's very important for me, including the players who are even definitely who are playing in the top level also. Yeah.
देखो फिलहाल आपको कोई इरादा नहीं है कि हम इंग्लैंड में जाए और प्रो लाइसेंस करें कि आगे इसको लाइसेंस को ए लाइसेंस करने के बाद आगे लाइसेंस 2-4 डिग्री इसको ऐड करे जोड़े ये जरा मेरे इम्प्लीमेंट करे खेल का सिलसिला पे ये कोई इरादा नहीं है जो ए लाइसेंस किया इसके बाद अब जर्मनी गए हायर ट्रेनिंग दिए भी इसके करिश्मा तो दिखाई दिया इसको कोचिंग करियर जहाँ पे हम यहाँ पे सिलसिला में बोलेंगे जो आंकड़ा यहाँ पे दिखा रहा है in from 1997 to 2005 you became the goalkeeper coach of India.
Yes.
गोलकीपर कोच को फर्स्ट अदा किया था इंडिया टीम पर 1997 से 2005 मतलब लगातार 9 साल के लिए और अंडर 23 इंडियन टीम के लिए भी आप कोचिंग दिए थे ये भी आप एक क्या बोले तैराकी भी इंडिया टीम के आई कि एक खिलवाड़ी होने का नाते अपना फर्ज अदा किया था गोल पोस्ट का नीचे अपना फर्ज अदा किया था एक कोचिंग का हैसियत से आप कोच का नाते भी अपना फर्ज अदा किया था उस तरह उचा के भी आप मैदान छोड़े आए कोच का कोचिंग का सिलसिला पे भी दोनों भी बराबर आपने करिश्मा दिखाया इसके लिए आपको बंगाल एक्सप्रेस यूट्यूब चैनल की ओर से बहुत बहुत बधाई हम दे रहे हो ब्रह्मानंद संखवलकर প্রিয় দর্শক আপনারা দেখছিলেন আমাদের বেঙ্গল এক্সপ্রেস ইউটিউব চ্যানেলের ৭৩তম ক্লোজ আপ এপিসোডে সে কিংবদন্তি গোলরক্ষক ব্রহ্মানন্দ সংখওয়ালকারের সঙ্গে সরাসরি সাক্ষাৎকার গোয়া থেকে যেটি আপনাদের সরাসরি দেখানো হলো আমরা এর আগেও দেখিয়েছিলাম নারায়ণ উদ্গানাথনকে বেঙ্গালোর থেকে সরাসরি আমরা দেখিয়েছিলাম জোপলাচারির সঙ্গে কেরালা থেকে সরাসরি আমরা বিমল ঘোষ প্রশিক্ষক ফুটবলার ছিলেন তাকে দেখিয়েছিলাম নাগপুর থেকে সরাসরি আমরা সাবির আলীর সঙ্গে সরাসরি দেখিয়েছিলাম হায়দ্রাবাদ থেকে আমরা এইভাবে আরো বাইরে থেকে আমরা দেখাতে পারবো অবশ্যই আমরা ঈশ্বরের কাছে কৃতজ্ঞ যে আজকে কিন্তু নেটের কোনো সমস্যা হয়নি নাও টুডে উই হ্যাভ গট ফ্রাস্ট্রেশন দ্যাট উই হ্যাভ in a position to rather complete our this talk show we are not under any contingency not any hindrance in terms of our network hats off to God and God Almighty we have got the blessing of God undoubtedly God with us today that's why little bit of problems arising but that doesn't create any harm on our program আপনারা দেখছিলেন আমাদের ৭৩তম পর্বে যেখানে ছিলেন ব্রহ্মানন্দ সংখওয়ালকার আগেও আমরা দুবার চেষ্টা করেছিলাম তার অনুষ্ঠানটা সরাসরি করতে কিন্তু আমরা পারিনি তৃতীয়বারের জন্য আমরা সফল হলাম এরপরে আমাদের সরাসরি অনুষ্ঠান আছে সোম মঙ্গল বুধ বৃহস্পতি 4 দিন আমাদের কোনো অনুষ্ঠান নেই আগামী শুক্রবার দিন 26 তারিখ অর্থাৎ 26শে ফেব্রুয়ারি আমরা আবার ক্রিকেট ক্ষেত্রে প্রবেশ করব অনেকদিন বাদে আমাদের মধ্যে সরাসরি আলাপচারিতায় থাকবেন পশ্চিমবাংলার একজন কিংবদন্তি ক্রিকেটার প্রণব নন্দী পলাশ নন্দীর অনুজ শুধুমাত্র ক্রিকেটার হিসেবে প্রণব নন্দী নিজেকে স্বমহিমায় প্রতিভাতে ছিলেন না একজন সফল প্রশিক্ষক ছিলেন আমরা প্রণবদার সঙ্গে সরাসরি আলাপচারিতায় থাকবো 26 তারিখ রাত 8:45 থেকে আপনারা অবশ্যই চোখ রাখবেন বেঙ্গল এক্সপ্রেস ইউটিউব চ্যানেলে আমাদের ৭৪তম পর্বে দেখতে দেখতে আমরা কিন্তু ৭৫তম পর্বের দিকে গিয়ে চলেছি ভিউয়ার্স our next episode on Friday that is on 26th February on that day we have a talk show with legend cricketer of Bengal cricket that is Pranab Nandi, the younger brother of Palash Nandi. Undoubtedly you know the name of Pranab Nandi. He not only a cricketer, he also introduced himself as a coach also and he undoubtedly got success in coaching arena. প্রিয় দর্শক আপনাদের অনুষ্ঠানটি ভালো লাগলে অবশ্যই লাইক করবেন সাবস্ক্রাইব করতে ভুলবেন না আপনাদের সাবস্ক্রিপশনের উপর চ্যানেলটি বেঙ্গল এক্সপ্রেস অনেক আমাদের ভবিষ্যৎ উত্তরণ নির্ভর করছে বেল আইকনটি প্রেস করবেন যাতে নিয়মিত নোটিফিকেশন পাওয়ার জন্য ভিউয়ার if you like our episode today please like it don't forget to subscribe the channel our channel that will subscribe yourself in favor of Bengal Xpress YouTube channel and don't forget to press bell button to obtain the latest notification on the part of the Bengal Xpress আগামী শুক্রবার রাত 15:00 ঠিক 8:45 দেখা হবে আমাদের ৭৪তম পর্বে উপস্থিত থাকবেন যে কিংবদন্তি বাংলা ক্রিকেট নক্ষত্র প্রণব নন্দী তার সঙ্গে সরাসরি আলাপচারিতায় থাকবো এবং ব্রহ্মানন্দ সংখওয়ালকারকে বেঙ্গল এক্সপ্রেস ইউটিউব চ্যানেলের পক্ষ থেকে আমি সৌমিত্র মুখার্জি অনেক অনেক শুভেচ্ছা অভিনন্দন জানাই। I'm expressing my gratitude towards the Brahmanand Sankhwalkar who appeared before us, had a talk show with us for the last 1 hour, and really we are grateful for Brahmanand Sankhwalkar. Also, we get the association of Sendar Brahmanand Sankhwalkar for the ample of time in the days to come. আজকের মতো আমাদের এই ৭৩তম প্রোগ্রাম এপিসোডের পর্ব এখানেই শেষ করছি। সবাই ভালো থাকবেন। আগামী শুক্রবার দিন ৭৪তম পর্বে আমাদের দেখা হবে ঠিক ৮টা ৪৫ মিনিটে। উপস্থিত থাকবেন বাংলার কিংবদন্তি ক্রিকেট নক্ষত্র প্রণব নন্দী। হ্যাটস অফ টু Brahmanand Sankhwalkar for appearing us on talk show, and we are ever grateful. Again, I am congratulating you on behalf of Bengal Xpress, and Michael Soumitra Mukherjee also congratulating you for myself and on behalf of সাক্ষ্য সোমনাথ দাস। সরাসরি লাইভ অনুষ্ঠানটি আপনাদের কাছে নিয়ে এলো নেক্সট জেন সলিউশনের কর্ণধার হচ্ছে সাক্ষ্য সোমনাথ দাস। ওয়েবসাইট www.nxtradionetworld.com। আগামী শুক্রবার রাত ৮টা ৪৫ মিনিট আমাদের ৭৪তম এপিসোডে দেখা হবে। সবাই ভালো থাকবেন। শুভরাত্রি।
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, friends. Good night.
Yeah, good night.